gorgeous soul friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Hannah. Welcome to Moses channel. And today we're going to be discussing self-concept and laying a solid foundation for repetitive affirmations or subliminals to really work in your life. Because I've seen a bunch of people commenting under different subliminals, including Moses, talking about how they got their results and couldn't sustain them, or they didn't get results at all. And you might be one of those people. This is something that many of us experience on our manifestation journey. And this can come from a number of things. Sometimes we have really deep set beliefs that our minds have been marinating in for long periods of time. And this can create what feels like resistance when we begin to do mindset work. It's not the end of the world, okay? If this is something that's happened to you or is happening to you currently, don't worry, we're gonna get over it. It's just a hump. And then once you get over that hump, you'll notice that manifestation gets easier and easier and easier. And you may feel called to not listen to subliminals as often because it just becomes so natural and organic that you don't really need anything external to assist you. You never needed anything external to assist you to begin with, but it sure does help. And I'm a big proponent of affirmations myself, as many of you know. I have a subliminal channel as well. So subliminals are really meant to be like a boost, to kind of get that reworking of beliefs set in motion and propel you from there so that you can kind of have solidity within that new belief and then go on to naturally and organically create from that new belief, all on your own. So it's really just kind of like training your mind. It's like retraining your mind to support itself in a new belief. So if you find yourself having problems with subliminals or affirmations, I think it's important to go back to the basics and really focus on your self-concept as a whole, specifically your self-concept in relation to your ability to manifest. As many of us know, there's been a plethora of programming within mass media, within our society, within our family dynamics as well. So sometimes it can be really hard to believe that we have as much freedom as we do. Many of us have been programmed to put ourselves inside a box. But ultimately, the only boxes that exist are the ones that we put ourselves in or allow others to put us in. So the first step in developing a solid self-concept and really setting the foundation for you to be a successful manifester is to completely throw everybody else's opinion out the window. Boom, bye-bye. Good riddance. We are not listening to that anymore. They can say what they want about your SP. They can say what they want about your career. They can say what they want about your life. But at the end of the day, it's your life and your career and your SP and your destiny. So you are the one writing this story, okay? Do not allow other people to write that story for you. And sometimes this happens very subtly, okay? Some people can be very conniving in the way that they manipulate us and influence us. So I think a big part of this work is really developing that sense of discernment to be able to identify when people are being kind of shady and trying to like project their limitations on you and shutting those down really quick. And you don't have to be mean about it, okay? We're nice girlies here, and men, okay? I know that there's men in here too. Learning how to kind of stop people in their tracks from projecting their limitations on you. Because many of us do that. Many of us retain beliefs from other people that weren't really ours to begin with, but people projected those perceptions onto us. They projected those beliefs onto us, and we took them in as our own. So I think spending some time kind of self-analyzing and really looking for different beliefs that may have come from your caretakers or may have come from friends or may have came from people in your life who you looked up to. You know what I mean? Things that are limiting, things that tell you you need someone or you need something in order to be successful. You need something outside of yourself. You need someone outside of yourself. Taking time to reflect on these things can be incredibly crucial for your growth as a proficient manifester. So there's a lot of creators in the space that say you don't need to meditate in order to be a good manifester, and you really don't. Like, you don't need to be proficient at meditation to manifest because you're manifesting all the time. But in order to consciously curate that ability and to understand thyself on a level that allows you to better create, it does help to self-reflect. Okay, so take time to self-reflect, look within yourself, identify certain beliefs within yourself. that may not be resonant anymore, or maybe holding you back from creating the life that you want to experience. And you can literally just ask yourself, just take some time, close your eyes, and just ask yourself, what do I believe that's holding me back? What are my beliefs right now? What are the things that are limiting me from living the life that I want to live? What beliefs are limiting me from being my best version of self? Sometimes the answers may come to you in an hour. They may come to you in 30 minutes. They may come to you in 3 days, but they will come to you. So your body is incredibly intelligent, and your unconscious self is incredibly intelligent and connected to you at all times. And you can always ask yourself questions as a method of exploring yourself on a deeper level. Because really the key to being a successful manifester is knowing thyself. And knowing thyself to a degree where nobody can step in and tell you who you are. Because a lot of people will try, okay? And many of you have probably seen it in your lives as well. When you really start to embody that I am, and you start to really take charge of your experience, you may have people come up out of the woodwork and say, hey, what do you think you're doing being as confident as you are? You know what I mean? It's like there's almost this how dare you attitude that a lot of people have when you start to embody that sense of willpower. The self-concept works a lot like spiritual armor. It is your spiritual armor. When you develop a solid sense of self, and you know who you are, and you're able to create from that place of knowing, you become a very powerful force to be reckoned with. Not feeling the need to explain why you want something or why you're manifesting something. When you have that sense of solidity within yourself, you become a very powerful person. And you become so powerful that you start to influence other people in your life.